Alright, let's do this. Oh. I'm happy. Actually, more content is probably the better way to say. I will say, I definitely will say that if I don't have like a non-disclosure, if my finances are basically, you know, public knowledge anyway, drives me crazy. Yeah, I might, like, there's like all, like, somebody was even talking about this, like, there is no, like, alright, I'm trying to formulate this whole freaking thing, and I'm not doing a good job. Like with Twitch, I'm going to use Twitch as the example, because that's the one that I'm monetized on, that's how I know it, and I know all the rules behind it. I had to sign the agreement. I had to sign that I agree to all the policies and all the things and everything, like, you know, all the things that I complain about. You know, the things that I don't like. You know, I didn't have a lawyer review it. I didn't have, you know, I didn't go through, it's not a real contract. It's an agreement. They agree that if I make videos and make them money, that they'll take some of the money that they make and give it to me. I don't think people understand that. That's what the contract is. When I say that they're taking 50%. According to my contract with Twitch, they're giving me, they're allowing me, they're paying me 50%. I know it's a half full. By my video earning them money, they take the money that they earned, and they pay me. I'm not really an affiliate. Of the company. They don't work for me. The things that I do on Twitch makes Twitch money. And they agree that out of that money that they make, they're going to give me half. I don't know if that makes sense. That's the agreement. Terminate it at any time. They can keep all the money if they want to. If I go outside of their policy, but they don't have to pay me. Now, the reason that my biggest complaint with Twitch is the way they earn their money. Bulk of their money is from their viewers that watch the videos I create, I produce, I spend hours setting up and doing all the back work and making sure it's not as scuffed as it usually is. They're not paying me for my video. They're not paying me so that people could watch me. They don't have any hand in any of that. Followers that I have on me as a follower, their job is to try to get me to spend money, whether it's subs, whether it's bits, whether it's whatever that I pay for. And all the other things that they get people to pay for. I don't know what the partnership agreement is. I don't think it's a partnership at all. They don't handle my taxes. They don't handle any of it. It is the reason why, now that it's defunct, I can probably talk about it. You know, it's the reason why companies like Me Shoujo or HoloLive exist. Now I'm assuming that is a contract. I don't know. I've never worked for one of those companies, so but I will admit that I did apply. I also will admit that there's a hell of a lot of secrecy. And I think it's because there's this unspoken rule. There's an unspoken rule, and it's not in any agreement that I'm aware of, to not talk about that stuff. Like, viewers aren't interested in hearing what that is. Nobody, you know. And it's kind of funny because, as a viewer, as a person who got into, you know, doing streaming and, you know, basically creating for Twitch, I went in completely blind, and I would have loved to, you know, for somebody, especially somebody who I trust, to basically give all the back end stuff of what's going on. I would love that. Because I have to admit, there's a lot of freaking shady shit going on. And when it's brought to light, people go like, what the fuck? And people should be asking. I'm not monetized here on YouTube, so I can't ask. But I don't know what that agreement is going to be like. I don't know if I should hire a lawyer to negotiate my agreement for me. And I definitely know that there were people like Moist Critical and stuff like that who definitely helped out a lot of people. But it was kind of behind closed doors. It wasn't, you know, like the controversial videos that people put out. That's not what they're talking about. It's kind of like they don't want to, like, you know, they're earning money. Since they're earning money from places like YouTube, places like Twitch, they don't want to, you know, show like what feel is wrong. I don't know if it's wrong or not. Again, I don't know. I do know that, you know, if somebody, you know, subscribes to me on Twitch, somebody pays for a subscription, you know, and that averages, because sometimes they have, you know, sometimes subscriptions are like $3, but for the most part, it's about $5 for the monthly subscription. So somebody spends $5, and the most I will ever see from that is $2.50. And I know that a lot of people who are, you know, not big money earners and stuff like that, I know a lot of people, when they get that $2.50, or if they get 2 subscribers, they take that $5 that they have and they turn that into a sub. And again, the cycle goes on. To the person they sub to, they get the $2.50, and then they get, if they get 2 subscribers, they turn that into a sub, and basically no money's earned. It really is designed that way. Twitch wants the money that they're paying their creators. And they get it. I've seen even partners give away 50 subs at a time. And again, I don't know if the partner's earning a better freaking share of it, but if somebody gives away 50 subs, that means that 100 subscribers they spent the money from 100 subscribers. And pretty much 50% or 50 of those subscribers were just to pay, literally they earned the money just to pay Twitch. And again, as a partner, Twitch might be earning that money. They maybe there could be something more with partnership that I have no idea. I also know and being logged in on my account, watching my own video, because I'm, you know, making sure that everything's working as me, watching it as me, I get ads on my own, and it's like going, wait a second, I shouldn't get ads at all, ever. Even during ad breaks, I should never get an ad on my own content. And then, am I getting paid for that ad? I added up the how much you make in ads and stuff like that. You know, I think it came out to 7 cents an ad. watching too. So, and I think it's designed to be for every minute that ads play. So it's not even 7 cents. I don't think it's 7 cents per physical ad. I think it's 7 cents every time somebody spends 1 minute watching an ad. And 1 minute is like forever. 1 minute, even for me, is I could lose interest in a minute in the person that I'm watching. And they were like, hey, if you don't want ads, subscribe, spend money. And I have seen some affiliates, with their ad breaks, and some of those ad breaks were getting like, you're watching 4 or 5 ads at a freaking shot. And it's kind of disgusting when you think about it. But yeah, so one of those ad breaks could be I don't know if you can hear it, but I definitely gotta get my breaks done. And this has been going on for a little bit now. It's like, probably wrecking the drum where the freaking starts to make me wonder like how much they do with a tune-up. The last tune-up was fucking expensive as hell. I gotta get it done. This is the reason why I'm not driving. We're using this car to drive down to Florida. May even have influenced one of the reasons why I'm not going to Florida. But yeah, back. But I've read the contract a dozen times, and not once does it say don't share this. Again, should be different with partners. I don't know, but could be different. Partners could be a whole different thing. I don't know. I don't think it is, but I should work, the way YouTube should work for me, is that if anybody gets an ad, especially the music videos, it's the only place that anybody should ever have an ad is in the music videos. And in those music videos, it should say whether it's copyrighted or not. Because if it doesn't say that it's copyrighted, there should be no ads. And yes, I know YouTube wants to play ads. That's how they make money. And the best way they can play ads on my video is to monetize me. Or I have to get an in-video sponsor. Secret enjoyment, even though I'm not making any money on my videos. But I'm also not viewed so much. I'm not this. But there's also a secret enjoyment that I have, knowing that all these videos that I make, all these things that I do, YouTube's not making any money on them either. And if anybody, anytime, if you get an ad on one of my videos, you make a comment about that, because I will take it right up to freaking YouTube. Obviously that'll change if I ever become monetized, but as of right now, and I will say, like, if you get a freaking video, if you get